certainly wasn't expecting the points deduction. No, I was quite adamant that we wouldn't get a points deduction, to be honest with you, because it just seemed so out there that we would be the team that gets deducted points for this. I did think there may be a suspended points, so therefore the Premier League still kind of had a watchful eye over us. And that wouldn't have bothered me, if I'm being honest, because it would have meant that Everton did have to make sure they complied. I think had this have been done out the season and Everton started the season knowing, I still think 10 points is far too great a number. But if it would have been, you start the season -6 and you know you get on with it, don't you? I think it's a little bit easier to take, so to speak. So it's difficult to be just slammed with it once, particularly because the team's doing all right at the moment. But I think if you've got to get it, then you want to get it when you're playing well, I guess, because the players, I think for the manager and the players, they have got to just ignore it almost if you can and just remember how good form they're in. They've won 6 of the last 9 at the time of recording this, and therefore they're in decent form. So for them, it is disappointing, but you have to remember how well you're playing. And also, I guess a lot of people are saying it because of the teams who are at the bottom as well. I don't believe that any of the 3, even with Everton's 10 points reduction, will get anywhere near Everton's points total this season anyway. So, and Everton should be punished, by the way. This is not me. This is certainly not me saying Everton should be getting off scot-free, because they've broken some rules, so therefore there should be a punishment. But the punishment has to fit the crime, and I don't believe it does. I guess Everton, the least charges, the lowest profile of those 3 clubs, it's the easiest to deal with, and I guess at the moment the easiest to punish. The Premier League is lawless for the big 6 clubs, isn't it? Yep. They get to pick and choose what happens, and I just don't think that's very good for competition anyway. It's weighted. These rules are weighted to protect almost those 6 clubs now. Yeah. I think an independent regulator, while it wouldn't be perfect and while it wouldn't solve everything, it would, for me, it would certainly be a step in the right direction, because I don't believe the people who are in charge of the Premier League can control these 6 anyway. There is nowhere in the profit and sustainability rules that says that that relates to a sporting advantage. There is nowhere. It doesn't say if you break it, it's for a sporting advantage, or it's purely financial. So how can you have something that's purely financial and then equate that to a sporting punishment? The whole reason this was put in place is to stop clubs going into administration. And if you went into administration, you would get 9 points. Everton have got more than administration. So they're being punished more severely than almost going out of business and costing creditors money, other football clubs who they may not have paid money to, not paying players' wages, and, people being sacked or being made redundant. All of that stuff that puts your club in chaos is less of a punishment than going 19.5 million over a threshold because you're building a new stadium and actually creating 1.3 billion pounds worth of money into an area that is massively underfunded and creating jobs. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, and I could literally just sit there and make holes in their arguments straight off the bat and go, where is the fairness, though? Where is the fairness?